Hello everyone. Here we are going to see about the Unit 1 continuation. In this presentation, we are going to see about the intrapreneurship and their key personal attributes, how we are using the attributes. Then we are going to see about the entrepreneurship growth pressures as well as the difference between the business dimension, the entrepreneurial organization and formal organization. Let me see one by one. Intrapreneurship. So learning the organization, there will be encourage intrapreneurship. So the organizations wants to form the product champions, shunk works, new venture divisions and rewards for the innovations. Product champions have that the people who take the ownership of the product from the concept of a market. Shunk works means that the group of intrapreneurs who has kept separate from the rest of the organization, and the new venture division that allows the division to act as its own smaller company. So rewards for the innovations will be like linking the innovations by workers to value the rewards. Next is the key personal attributes. So the entrepreneurs are made, not born. So here they have been having the key attributes which are developed early in life. So with the family environment, they have played an important role. So the entrepreneurs will tend to have the self-employed parents who tend to support and encourage the independence, achievement and responsibility. Firstborn tend to have the more entrepreneurial attributes. So they will receive more attention towards the attributes and they create a higher self-confidence. So these all things will make the entrepreneurs to born in a new environment that will make them to place the important role in the self-employment as well as in the business field. Next is the entrepreneurial careers. So most of the careers for the entrepreneurial has been the idea that will makes them to success for leads the entrepreneurial activity. So they may explain why many entrepreneurs have started the multiple companies over the course of their career. So there are two things. One is the corridor principle, that is they have used the one business to start or acquire others, then they will repeat the process again and again. Second thing will be the serial entrepreneurs. So it means that the persons can find the entrepreneurs and they will operate in multiple companies during the one career. So this will be enable them to make it as a personal attributes. Need for achievements. For key personal attributes, there are more achievements. So the persons can decide either for excellence or to be succeed in the competitive situations. They will achieve the high responsibility for attaining their goals, and they can set moderate difficult goals by immediate feedback on their performances. So it should lead to them in a success manner, and it is measured in terms of what efforts they have accomplished in their achievements. So here they have referred that MC Cleland's research. So this research made them that they have achieved more in their excellence and situations. They kept responsibility for attaining their goals to lead the success in their life. Next is the desire for independence. So the entrepreneurs will seek the independence from others. They make a result that they will motivate the persons to perform well in bureaucratic organizations. So most of the entrepreneurs have internal drives and they are confident in their own abilities. So they possess a great deal of self-respect with their independence level. So this makes the bureaucratic organization in a internal drive. Next is the self-confidence. So because of the self-confidence, the high risks will be involved in running in the entrepreneurial organizations. So we will have the upbeat and self-confident attitudes that is essential for the attributes. So successful track will records the leads to improve the self-confidence and self-esteem. So self-confidence will enable the person to optimistic in representing the firm to employees and customers alike. So this makes the persons in a successful track, and they will record all the information whatever else they have received from the organization or entrepreneurial business companies. So that will be makes the employees to make a relationship with the customers. Self-sacrifice. What are we have to sacrifice for ourselves means in the entrepreneurial organizations we have to sacrifice ourselves in the essential manner. Then we have a working that is having the free relationship in the attributes. Third thing will be success that have prices, and entrepreneurs have to be a willingness to sacrifice their certain things. Next is the technical proficiency. So many entrepreneurs will demonstrate their strong technical skills, so that will bring some of the related experience to their business ventures. For example, successful car dealers usually have lots of technical knowledge about the selling and servicing automobiles. So before that they will open their dealerships and will have an importance in their computer industry. So that is not necessary, but this will make the peoples to learn more about the technical proficiency, and that will serve in the all the fields whatever else they are working in organizations. Entrepreneurship growth pressures. So here the entrepreneurships will find that there is a business growth, so they will feel more pressure to use the formal methods to lead their organization. So most of the formalization process may comprise of some entrepreneurship spirit that will leads to more focus on the organization, and it is greater than the financial returns. So this will be leads to the movement from a seat of the pants operation to the more structured, legitimate and recognizable business. So this makes the pressure in a growth of the entrepreneurship development. Next, they have some of the entrepreneurial and formal organizations that will differ in the 6 business dimensions. What are the 6 different dimensions we have to follow in our formal organizations means strategic orientations. Second thing will be the commitment to the opportunity. So whatever else you are having the opportunity in your entrepreneurship development, you make that as a opportunity to commit their works. Commitment to the resources. Next is the control of the resources, and then management structure, compensation policy. So all these things will be leads to the formal organization to make them as a entrepreneurial business development. Differences between the business dimension, entrepreneurial organization and formal organization. So here the strategic orientation is occur, and here seeks opportunity, then it will be controls the resources. Next is the commitment to the opportunity. So the commitment to the resources will be capital, people and equipment. So they will have the lack of stable needs and resource bases. Systematic planning systems. Next is the control of resources, that is the lack of commitment to permanent ventures, and the power status, financial rewards for maintaining the status quo. Management structure. So that is the flat many informal networks, clearly defined authority and responsibility. So compensation policy, that is unlimited based on team's accomplishments, short term driven, limited by investors. Next is the entrepreneurship growth pressures that is going global. So we all know that is from a domestic world to worldwide expansion. The globalizations can be extremely rewarding for entrepreneurs. Think so money and business exposure will be available. However, it is a huge undertaking. So adapting your business to operate in the global market that can lead to decrease in ownership and forced focus on raising the money to keep your business alive. So think here is the selling out private to public initial public offering, that is the IPO. Next is the corporate, that is intrapreneurs. So intrapreneur means someone in an existing organization who turns a new ideas into a profitable realities. So that persons will be known as the intrapreneurship persons. So not every employee has the ability to become a successful intrapreneur. They will make a well-developed strategic actions, teamwork, and also the communication abilities that makes the corporate intrapreneurs as a entrepreneurship development. So this will becomes that make the organization more profit when compared to the individual organization. That is effort of being the successful intrapreneurs. Next is the organization that will redirect themselves through innovations. So they have following characteristics, that is commitment from senior management, flexible organization design, autonomy of the venture team, competent or talented people with entrepreneurial attitudes, incentives and rewards for risk taking, and appropriately designed control system. All these things will be known as the corporate intrapreneurs. And the corporate intrapreneurs may be in order to form a forward thinking to reap long-term benefits. Top management must allow it to flourish in the day-to-day operations of business. So this is known as skunk works. So skunk works means that is the islands of intrapreneurial activity within an organization. So it remembers that on the island, formal rules and policies of organization often do not apply to the all corporate activities.